Hello there! So this week's video is going to be a bit different. I don't know if you can tell that there's a 6 in the corner up there. I've started a new sketchbook because I decided to retire the one I've been working in recently. I think I've accomplished my goal of finishing it in 2 months, which I was really happy about. But yeah, I started the new sketchbook and it's actually a larger one. The old one I had is 6 inches by 8 inches, I think. This one's about like twice the size almost. So I'm not really used to working this big, and the fact that I accomplished my goal of finishing the other one in 2 months has sort of left me in a bit of a, I wouldn't call it an art block or an art slump or a burnout. I'm just like kind of struggling to come up with ideas of what to draw. Because when I have an idea, because I had to do a commission the other day and it just came out so quickly, I finished it in about a day and a half. And yeah, so it's not that the things I'm drawing are bad exactly, it's just I'm not really capable of coming up with what to draw, sort of. So it's like a bit of a difficult phase, but I wanted to make a video sort of talking about this and just like sort of forcing myself to draw something, just to like talk about this subject, because like this isn't my best work. It's even a little bit like subpar, some balances are off, the expressions off, just like sort of things that aren't really good. The sketching process was like really difficult for me anyway, but yeah, like these things happen, and there's just, you have to deal with it when they come, and it shouldn't really make you feel guilty, it shouldn't really make you feel worse, because we draw things, we do art because we love it, right? And it's supposed to make us feel accomplished, make us feel happy things, or it's supposed to be a form of expression that like helps us translate something that's going on in our head to something physical or musical or like something outside of ourselves. So yeah, having a sort of lack of motivation, lack of inspiration was a bit weird for me, because I went through about 6 months where I was like this constantly, but then I went through 3 months where I did 3 pages in my sketchbook per day and like a big ass digital painting a week, sort of. Like I went through a really high motivation phase where I improved a lot, where I was really happy, where I was really motivated, where every waking second of the day I would just be either drawing or doing whatever, and it's like, oh wait, I need to draw this. And yeah, in general, it was just a really happy time for me. But then now that I've finished that, and also I'm about to be heading off to school, so like I guess I'm a bit busy, I'm a bit like shopping things and dorm things and trying to figure all that out, so it's like my brain's somewhere else, but I still like miss drawing. I've had this sketchbook open, like the first page I did it I think was on the 28th of July, and it's now already the 4th, when I'm recording this, it's the 4th of August, it's not going to come out till a couple of weeks down, but I've only done 6 pages in over a week, and that's just like not what I'm used to compared to what I've been doing in the other sketchbook. But I just wanted to say, I wanted to make this video to say that that's alright, that all artists go through this, and maybe a couple ideas to help this out. Like for example, this is literally one of the most simplest things I can think of drawing, just a character, pretty standard pose, even though the hand's a bit small, the pose is stiff, but just a character standing, a torso, which is nothing fancy, nothing extravagant, which for my sort of experience is just one of the most default things I can draw besides just a face. And then also, I don't know if you noticed, like I'm not using my regular fine liner, I'm using a ballpoint pen. I find that ballpoint pen is a very good option for when you're not really confident in what you're doing, when you're just like unsure of what you're going for, what you think you can pull off. Ballpoint pen is a lot looser. It makes me feel a bit more like relaxed, like, oh, this is just a ballpoint pen, it's not going to be a masterpiece, but I was just drawing, happy, getting something down on the paper. And the more I worked with this drawing, like the original flaws of the sketch are still there, like the hand still really bothers me, but it's like, it's better than when I started, it's better than what I thought I was going to make when I set out to make this. And it was really just, the video when I exported it of me doing start to finish was 22 minutes, so it's sped up a very, like, I've never not sped up a video, sort of, but this is barely like twice the speed in which I recorded it, so but I had a lot to talk about on the subject, so I decided to speed it up very little. And so yeah, just really, if you're in an art slump, if you're in an idea slump, there's also, you can also do the other week recently I made a video on how I practice. You don't really need much inspiration to do a practice page, and I've done a couple of those, and I've done a couple practices in Photoshop as well. But yeah, basically you just have to draw and not feel guilty, and try to just get inspired, try to do what makes you happy. There's no sort of guilt, especially if you're a hobbyist or if you're just like doing something else with your life, like studying or working. Like, there's no shame in just not being able to draw in a week or two, and it's not an excuse either. I know a couple of YouTubers that made videos that got a lot of backlash in the YouTube art community over art block being fake, like not being an excuse, it not being real. And true, art block isn't just an excuse not to draw. And I'm not drawing as much as I used to, but I'm still trying. But it's just not something that you should feel guilty about if you're not really at your best, if you're not really having any good ideas. Because you get ups and downs. I had a really productive couple of months, and now I'm just like chilling a bit. And I'm still really happy with the products that I made. I'm really happy with the progress that I made. But right now I'm just sort of not drawing as much. But yeah, that's about it. That's what I wanted to talk about. Leave a like and subscribe, and let me down in the comments what you do when you're in a motivational slump like this. And yeah, let me know what you think of this drawing, because it's not my best, but it's not my worst, and it's just something, right? And thank you so much for watching. I'm hoping to make more videos, because yeah, it's been a while since I made videos, but I haven't really been making many lately because of this motivational slump thing. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.